RPG on the front row. Ryan Norberg, Kai Hunter from Cincinnati. We are racing with Pro X30 down at turn number 1. Oliver Hodgson trying to slot his way through to second as he's side by side with Kai Hunter, and he will get through. And there's contact. Big contact there in the middle of the field. A big crash there outside of turn number 2. Donovan Bonilla, Paulie Massimino, Austin Garrison potentially. A ton of major contenders inside the top 10 for this 25-lapper here to decide it all in Cincinnati.
A very, very long race awaits as Hunter goes on the inside there of Oliver Hodgson. They go side by side there for a second, and now Hodgson going to fall under fire.
Brand new sticker of Vinco red tires for the Pro X30 drivers, but they've got to make them last 25 laps. We got problems in turn 2. Harley Keebles around as Diego Ramos goes by on Oliver Hodgson down in turn number 4. We'll see if we can't pull an instant replay. Hodgson fourth, and he's under pressure. Hayden Jones is there, and Oliver is going to have to go back in on Ramos. Jones will follow, and it puts him in the dirty part of the racetrack. Look at the run up to 6. How about it for the kid from Key West? ADT in 8th, Santi Fernandez 9th, and Cooper Lyle inside the top 10, the kid from down under.
Yeah, going side by side, Brandon Carr as Kolar goes a bit wide there in turn number 2. He's going to lose the spot. Now DeTulio going to go on him as well. Look at that front bumper by ADT. Seems to be pushed in a little bit here, Xander.
Clean slate. Hunter half a second and actually 4/10 away now as Ramos goes by on Hayden Jones.
Yeah, and for a driver like Kai Hunter who has won a lot across the pond as Jones goes on the inside there of Ramos. Carr going to go through as well. That was close. Like I was saying, Hunter not going to be here to play seconds.
Brandon Carr has been able to turn up more on Sunday than any other day. As we go down the front stretch, Ramos and Atulio there, and look up front. Something just happened to Ryan Norberg. Kai Hunter is your new leader as they head over to turn number 4. For the first time all weekend, the number 2 has a real challenge, and he is on the back foot trying to go on the offensive here.
He knows the tires a lot better than Kai Hunter does, so is Hunter just burning up his equipment too early in this race as Atula goes on the inside there of Hayden Jones.
A little bump and run for ADT to Hayden Jones. He looks back, has his fellow chassis teammate and fellow South Floridian Jacob Kolar behind, and now Jones thrown to the weeds. This is another big storyline with the championship implications, as look at Paulie Massimino behind Jones. They're going to go by Cooper Lyle. Massimino started greatly in the top 10 after that awesome run through the 2 heat races following a rough run in qualifying.
Norberg content to follow Kai Hunter here at the moment, but we got to think, when is Ryan Norberg going to pull the trigger here?
Yeah, Ryan Norberg right behind Kai Hunter as Brandon Carr goes through on Oliver Hodgson for 3rd. And again, like you said, it looked like he wanted to go. Does he go? Yes, he does. For the lead, Ryan Norberg is back to the top spot in turn number 4.
Yeah, Hunter didn't lose too much time after that move. Still all over the rear bumper. They both take a look back. Now they're deciding whether they fight or whether they keep pushing forward. Kai's not here to play second fiddle. He's going to take the fight to Ryan in this one.
He is doing just that as he forces Norberg to the low side. And remember, folks, we have seen everyone lose traction by going offline, both inside and outside around the dark rubber. But at the same time, there is as well a challenge for the lead. And look at this. Hunter taking advantage of it. He puts Norberg on the outside. But that part is what we've touched about of what makes this track so difficult. He enters the weekend tied for 4th in the points. And with Dalton Haynes absent, Jones and Ramos now around him, he can make up some as Norberg is back to the lead in turn 4.
Yeah, and Xander, I was about to mention, the gap to Brandon Carr is closing here, a 10th a lap. So Carr, with that move right there, they both lost a lot of time. So
Diego Ramos now able to move himself up into 4th ahead of Oliver Hodgson, trying to continue his string of consistency.
The gap in between Ryan Norberg and Kai Hunter opens up to half a second here, and the gap in between Ramos and Brandon Carr continues to close.
Yeah, 17 of 25 as DeTulio is getting aggressive with Kolar. Muscles him out of the way. Massimino now with a big run. He'll pick up one spot. Ramos getting around Brandon Carr. Things are heating up here as DeTulio goes to the low side. And as well, Nick Terlecki has gone into the outside wall down here at turn number 1. So there is all kinds of action going on as the yellow flags wave on the front straightaway. Comparing to the last couple of races he's had back with Inter MS, it's been a struggle. Look at Kolar. Also on the SCR Kart Republic goes by DeTulio, and Jones and Fernandez get by as Santi gets by his former teammate.
Yeah, and ADT stuck on the outside as Hayden Jones goes around there for a second. ADT in the grass. Fernandez looked to go through, wasn't close enough, and everything carnage there in the sweeping left-hander as we look back to the lead as Kai Hunter has closed down his gap right back up to Ryan Norberg.
Probably the biggest fight Ryan Norberg has had in a pace-based race where he started from the pole since Joe Turney. And we were looking forward to those two reuniting back in Mooresville as Norberg makes a carb adjustment and Hunter goes to the lead. And he nearly kissed Ryan on the way by side, the side pods, the tires touching.
And now it's just predator against prey. Ryan Norberg seems to be slowing by a lot there on the exit of turn number 4.
No way! Norberg potentially with the engine misfiring. That's the second time he's looked down. And Ryan Norberg, could this open the championship fight up? A near perfect weekend in Orlando. A perfect weekend to this point. If that motor fully lets go and Ryan Norberg suffers a DNF, he will drop all the way down outside of the top 20, and it will be a ton of points up for grabs to make things interesting at Newcastle. Because unlike the semi-pro divisions, 3 rounds with heats, no drops. You have to be perfect every session, and there it is! Ryan Norberg is slowing on the inside of the racetrack. The motor has finally fully slowed and potentially grenaded on the number 2 plate. Ryan Norberg is out. Ramos into second, Carr into third, and this championship picture has just completely changed.
This month has definitely been one to forget for Ryan Norberg. This month of June stops here in the short shoot straightaway, and what could have been here this weekend for Ryan Norberg.
And the ever-consistent Diego Ramos now into second could potentially lead us in the points depending on how the calculations come out as we head to Indiana. Kai Hunter with half a lap to go. He and Oliver Hodgson caught up over the winter, and he had been following Oliver's progress and racing over here in the States, and he said, yeah, I'd like to make it over to the U.S. to race with you and race over here on our pro national circuit this year. Carr with a big run will force Ramos to defend. But Kai Hunter, I'm sure he's going to have to come back because this one is not the way he would have liked to win it. He would have liked to battle him out and beat him heads up. But as he rounds the final turn, RPG with Kai Hunter will win on their debut together. Kai Hunter wins in Cincinnati. And at the line, Diego Ramos hangs on over Brandon Carr for P2 and P3. Oliver Hodgson puts 3 Brits in the top 4. And Paulie Massimino, another consecutive top 5